You've probably seen puppies like this popping up all over the internet, on the news, and talk shows. And today we're going to talk about them. Self-balancing scooters, coming up next on TechTalkAmerica.com. Hi everyone, David A. Cox here. Today we're talking about these. These are everywhere these days. You see them all over the news, all over the internet. This particular model is called the Leray self-balancing scooter. They also call it the Dream Walker. Very fancy name. People are calling these hoverboards. There's a million different names for them. But I wanted to give you my own opinion and thoughts about these because I know this is going to be a very hot holiday item this coming season. So what are they all about? Well, basically, it's a lot like a Segway minus the handle. They are amazingly fun, but also dangerous. So if you're going to be using one of these, you want to make sure you're using it safely, meaning helmet, I would absolutely recommend, and don't use it in a city. These are, though, a lot of fun for a quiet town, that kind of thing. If you're just taking a little stroll, minus the exercise, of course, but they are a lot of fun. They're also not that expensive, which brings me to my next point. The prices are insane because you will see some models of these that range from $300 all the way up to $1,800 for almost the exact same product. So you may be wondering why. I did a little bit of digging. I have to give credit to Wired Magazine, who came out with a great article all about this. So essentially what happened was there was a company that came out with a great idea in China. And then, like a lot of things in China, 15 other people copied that person. And they said, you know what, I want to start making these too. Slap a sticker on it, we'll call it our own. And that's what they did. So there are some very, very minor differences between models. The only real one that I could actually find is weight capacity. If you weigh under 220 pounds, you're pretty much good with any of them. But one thing you do want to be very careful with if you decide to buy one of these is where you buy it. And it can be very, very confusing. And so I'm just going to make it easier for all of you. I've already done the research about which companies to buy from, which ones to stay away from, and I'm going to give you direct links to several of them in multiple countries in the description of this video.
So here's some fun footage of me rolling around in my friend's home. So basically the way these all work is balance. So if you want to move forward, you just lean your weight forward. If you want to move to the right, you put a little bit more weight on your left, and of course vice versa.
But they're actually pretty easy to maneuver. It only takes about 5 minutes for the average person to learn how to use one of these. I would recommend that when you are learning, learn inside. Make sure that you're away from all, antiques and glass tables and children, especially the first two. But just take care of yourself when you are learning because it can be a little bit scary, and it was for me, I admit. But they are a lot of fun. Another weird use for one of these, if there are any filmmakers out there, this can be a very odd but effective dolly. Of course, if you're filming with something like an iPhone, the iPhone now self-balances, so it really, or stabilizes rather, so it really makes, even if you're moving around a little bit, it still makes it look like a pretty smooth shot. So if you're trying to do something like a tracking shot, these are actually really, really handy for accomplishing that.
All right, guys, let me give you some quick fun facts about these. So your average recharge time is right between 1 to 2 hours. You can get up to about a maximum speed of 6 miles an hour. The actual unit itself weighs usually between 22 and 25 pounds. Again, slightly different depending on which model you go with. And the total distance you're looking at on a single charge is right around 9 miles. So if this is the kind of thing that you're interested in, again, please be very, very careful when purchasing them. You want to make sure you get one with a good warranty. Links to all that stuff is in the description. This is David A. Cox with Tech Talk America. Class dismissed.